Imagine opening your back door to find a nosy neighbor sneaking through your yard like a bad spy thriller extra. Phone in hand. Snapping pics of your perfectly harmless shed. But this isn't just any busybody, it's the HOA queen bee who's been spreading vicious rumors about you for months. And today, her little power trip is about to blow up in her face spectacularly. In the quiet cul-de-sacs of Willow Creek Estates. A picture-perfect slice of suburban America where every lawn was manicured to military precision and mailboxes matched like soldiers on parade. Lived Alex Thompson. Alex had moved there 5 years ago. Seeking that elusive American dream, a cozy ranch-style home. A small garden. And neighbors who minded their own damn business. Fat chance. The neighborhood was ruled by the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. A self-important cabal that enforced rules with the zeal of medieval inquisitors. At the helm was Marjorie Klein. A 55-year-old former real estate agent who'd clawed her way to HOA president through a mix of sweet-talking at potlucks and backstabbing in board meetings. Marjorie was the epitome of polished perfection, pearl earrings, pastel cardigans, and a smile that could curdle milk. But beneath that facade lurked a control freak who wielded the HOA bylaws like a blunt instrument. All in the name of community standards. Alex, a quiet software engineer who worked from home, had become Marjorie's latest fixation. It started innocently enough, Alex's backyard shed. A weathered structure predating the HOA's ironclad approval process. Caught her eye during one of her routine patrols. But instead of a polite note, Marjorie launched a whisper campaign. At the monthly book club, which was really just an excuse for wine and whining, she'd lean in conspiratorially, "You know, I heard Alex is running some shady online business out of that eyesore. Probably why he never joins our events, hiding something. If you ask me." The rumors snowballed. Soon, neighbors were side-eyeing Alex at the mailbox, murmuring about unsavory activities and declining property values. Alex heard it all, the snide comments at the grocery store, the cold shoulders during block parties. He could have fired back. But no. Alex played the long game. He documented every whisper, every glare, smiling politely while his internal calculator tallied the absurdities. Let them dig their own graves, he'd mutter to himself over coffee. Scrolling through the HOA's online forum where anonymous posts, clearly Marjorie's sock puppets, painted him as the neighborhood pariah. One crisp Saturday morning, as Alex sipped his black coffee on the back patio, overlooking his modest yard with its tomato plants and that infamous shed, he spotted movement near the fence. There she was, Marjorie, in her signature khaki capris and oversized visor, slipping through a loose panel like a raccoon raiding trash. Her phone was out, flash popping as she photographed the shed from every angle, muttering to herself about non-compliant structures and aesthetic violations. Alex's blood boiled. But he kept his cool, stepping out quietly. "Morning, Marjorie. Mind telling me why you're treating my backyard like a free photo op?" She jolted, nearly dropping her phone, then plastered on that saccharine smile. "Oh, Alex. Just a quick visual check for the board. You know the rules, sheds over 100 square feet need committee approval. This one's pushing it. Dear." Her voice dripped with faux concern, like she was scolding a naughty puppy. Alex crossed his arms, his tone even. "That shed's been here since before you bought your McMansion. Grandfather Claus. Remember? And last I checked, inspections require notice and permission to enter private property." Marjorie's eyes narrowed behind her sunglasses, but she waved it off with a tinkling laugh. "Nonsense. As president, I'm authorized to ensure compliance. It's for the greater good, keeps our values up. If everyone flouted the rules like you, We'd be a slum. The irony hit like a punchline. Here was a woman who'd once find a family for inappropriate holiday lights. They were Hanukkah blue. Preaching about values. Alex felt that familiar mix of rage and amusement bubble up. Greater good? Like how you ensured the Johnsons painted their door beige instead of eggshell. Real hero work. She huffed, stepping back dramatically. Don't get snippy with me. Young man. I've got half a mind to report this aggression to the board. That's when things escalated from petty to pathetic. Marjorie whipped out her phone again, dialing with theatrical flair. Hello? 911? This is Marjorie Klein from Willow Creek HOA. I'm on an official inspection. And this homeowner is harassing me, yelling, blocking my exit. I feel threatened. Alex couldn't help but chuckle darkly. Threatened? You're the one who broke in here like a budget burglar. But as the dispatcher responded, Marjorie's face shifted from smug to stunned. The voice on the line was calm. Familiar, Marjorie. This is Sarah, Alex's partner. You're in our backyard right now. Per GPS. And filing a false report? That's a crime. You know. Sarah. A 911 dispatcher with a no-nonsense edge honed from years on the job had clocked the call instantly. Marjorie stammered, color draining from her cheeks. Sarah? I didn't realize. This is a misunderstanding. She hung up hastily, shoving the phone in her pocket. Well, perhaps we can discuss this civilly at the next meeting. Alex leaned in, voice low and laced with sarcasm. Civilly? Like your little rumor mill calling me a recluse criminal? Yeah. Let's chat. But first, smile for the camera, you're on tape. He pointed to the discreet security cams he'd installed after the whispers started. Marjorie scurried out the way she came, her power walk more of a panicked waddle, leaving Alex with a grim satisfaction. The mask was cracking. Word spread like wildfire through Willow Creek's grapevine. Marjorie's botched inspection and the 9/11 fiasco became the hottest tea since the great gazebo paint debate of 18. But Marjorie wasn't one to slink away. Oh no. She doubled down, her fear of losing her throne turning her antics from annoying to absurd. By Monday, Alex found a certified letter in his mailbox, a formal violation notice for the shed, complete with grainy photos, hers, of course, and a $500 fine. Failure to comply may result in liens, it warned in bold. At the emergency board meeting she called, framed as a community safety forum, Marjorie stood at the podium in the clubhouse, pearl clutching like a pro. Folks, we've got a problem with non-compliance eroding our standards. Take Alex Thompson, his unauthorized structure is a blight. And when confronted, he resorted to intimidation. The crowd murmured, a few nodding along. But Alex, sitting in the back row, just observed. He'd come prepared. Not with shouts, but with printouts of the bylaws she'd twisted. When Q&A rolled around, Alex raised his hand calmly. Marjorie. Per section 4.2. Inspections need 48-hour notice and owner consent. You skipped both. And those rumors you've been spreading, calling me a shady operator? That's defamation. The room hushed. Marjorie's smile faltered, but she recovered with a patronizing tilt. Defamation? Oh. Honey. That's just neighborly concern. We're all in this together. Alex slid a folder across the table, timestamps from his cams. The 911 transcript Sarah had pulled, redacted. Of course. And screenshots from the HOA forum where concerned citizen 42, her IP address, had posted about his suspicious shed activities. Together? Like how you entered 3 other yards last month without permission. The Millers. The Patels. Even old Mr. Vargas, veteran with the flagpole you called obtrusive? Gasps rippled. Marjorie's face reddened, her voice rising to a shrill pitch. This is outrageous. I'm protecting property values, you're the one flouting rules. But the tide was turning, neighbors shifted uncomfortably, whispering about their own petty fines. Alex's quiet counterpunch had exposed her hypocrisy. And the dark humor of it all, a self-proclaimed guardian turning tyrant, left a few chuckling bitterly in the back. The escalation hit fever pitch when Marjorie, desperate to regain control, lawyered up. She hired sleazy Jerry Hargrove, the HOA's go-to attorney who'd once argued that solar panels were visually aggressive. They filed a counter-complaint with the city, claiming Alex's cams violated privacy expectations and that his aggression warranted a restraining order. We're upholding order, Marjorie declared in a neighborhood newsletter blast, her prose dripping with moral superiority. Disruptors like this threaten our harmony. Alex, ever patient, teamed up with Sarah to dig deeper. While she pulled dispatch logs showing Marjorie's prior false calls, one about a suspicious barbecue that was just a family cookout. Alex pored over HOA financials, public records. Thank you very much. What he found was a goldmine of graft, inflated invoices for landscaping from a company tied to Marjorie's cousin. Missing funds from fines funneled to a consulting firm at her home address. Harmony? More like highway robbery, Alex quipped to Sarah over dinner. Printing emails where Marjorie bragged in a private board chat, squeeze the fines, keeps the coffers full and the rebels quiet. Neighbors started coming forward, emboldened by Alex's stand. Chris from next door shared footage of Marjorie peeking over his fence, citing his kid's trampoline as a liability nightmare. Elaine, the night shift nurse, recounted a midnight inspection that left her with a $200 clutter fine for a forgotten hose. She whispered through my window like a ghost, creepy as hell, Elaine said. Alex compiled it all into a dossier, submitting it anonymously to the city auditor. Marjorie's response? A frantic door-to-door campaign. Knocking with cookies in hand but venom in her words. Don't let one bad apple spoil our bunch, she'd plead. But her eyes betrayed panic. One evening, she cornered Alex at his driveway. You think you're clever? Stirring up trouble? This is my community, I've built it. Alex smirked lightly. Built it on lies and lanes. You mean? Careful. Marjorie, those cookies might be the only sweet thing left in your playbook. She stormed off, fuming, her facade crumbling into comical desperation. The climax erupted at the city council hearing, where Alex's complaint had snowballed into a full-blown investigation. Marjorie arrived in her Sunday best, flanked by Jerry, ready to play the victim. This is a witch hunt, she proclaimed to the panel, voice quivering with feigned outrage. I'm just a volunteer enforcing standards, Alex is the aggressor, trespassing on my good intentions. The room tittered, even the counselors suppressed smirks at her melodrama. Then Alex stood, dossier in hand. Standards? Like embezzling $25,000 in fines to your shell company. Neighborhood Harmony LLC? Or forging signatures on liens for folks who dared question you. He projected the emails, the bogus invoices, the altered docs. Marjorie's face went from confident to crimson, then ghostly pale. That's misconstrued. It's for beautification, she sputtered. But the auditor chimed in, we've traced the funds to your personal account. And those inspections? Criminal trespass. Multiple counts. Jerry tried to object, but the council shut him down. As detectives entered to read charges, fraud, Embezzlement. False reporting. Marjorie's wail echoed, "You can't do this. I'm the president." Handcuffed and let out, her pearl earrings glinting under the fluorescent lights. She shot Alex a glare of pure, impotent fury. The crowd erupted in murmurs. A wave of hilarity mixed with outrage at how one woman's ego had bilked them all. Alex watched, satisfaction surging. Justice, slow and sweet, had finally dropped the hammer. In the aftermath, Willow Creek breathed freer. The HOA board dissolved, replaced by a transparent committee of actual neighbors, no more shadow rulers. Fines were refunded, rules rewritten to sane levels. And Marjorie? She pled guilty to lesser charges. Slapped with community service, ironically. Landscaping the park she'd beautified with stolen cash, and banned from any leadership role. Her house hit the market quick, whispers following her like a bad odor. Alex's shed stayed, a symbol of quiet rebellion. And the rumors? They flipped. Now he was the hero who'd toppled the tyrant. Neighbors waved warmly. Potlucks turned genuine. Sarah and Alex hosted a backyard barbecue, toasting to real harmony. As the sun set, Alex reflected on the absurdity, a simple shed sparking a scandal that exposed the rot in suburbia's shiny veneer. But hey, in America, sometimes the little guy with patience and proof wins big. So, was Marjorie the real villain? Or just a product of a system that lets petty tyrants play God in our backyards?